We warmly welcome you all to our podcast series, the ONTOPIC'22, organized by the Commerce Society of Royal College, where we have an interesting talk on a trending topic in the field of business and economy. Today, in our episode, we'll be diving deeper into the depths of some key aspects of marketing, which is a global trending topic in the present world. Our guest is a professor at the University of Kelaniya with a PhD in business from Taylor's University, Malaysia. I would like to warmly welcome Professor Ravi Dissanayake to our podcast series. And thank you very much, sir, for taking your time out of your busy schedule to join us today. I'm Dina Vellapalli, hosting this episode along with my colleague, Kelaniya.
Hi everyone, I'm Kelaniya. Let's move on to today's questions. How do you define marketing in your words, and how does it influence our day-to-day activities?
Well, thank you very much for the invitation made by the Commerce Society of Royal College, Colombo. Firstly, I want to emphasize that fact. And in fact, if you talk about the marketing, you can find a lot of theories, models defined marketing even decades back, and it is evolving with the time frames and how organizations and businesses do connect with society. And if you really look at marketing in nutshell, for a definition perspective, I would say somebody would say marketing is a function and marketing is a philosophy. It is a concept. But overall, what I do say in my own words, as you ask this question, marketing is an integrated value creation process for stakeholders. When I say stakeholders, it doesn't mean business and customers. If you take any organization, you have to understand value creation, how we add value to the lives of stakeholders. That might be starting from internal stakeholders like employees and the owners, and external stakeholders like customers, society, environment, you name it, any party being influenced by the organization, we refer this as stakeholders. So marketing is not selling a product. It's not you do advertising for a brand. It's overall integrated process. All the business functions should work together to create values to stakeholders, including customers. That's simply what it means to be marketing.
Thank you very much, sir, for that explanation. So now moving on to the second question. What are the main factors considered in marketing from the side of the business and from the side of the customer?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, it's completely holistic operation. So it shouldn't be limited only for the facts related to business transaction. If I say example, and for the clarification, I would say, if you look at factors that really make what marketing is, it's human factors, non-human factors. If you look at organization per se, strategic factors and the tactical factors, altogether, I would say anything goes as value creation, we do refer as factors. It might include, or rather I can say exactly, it should include basically how you keep relationship with stakeholders, how you keep integration within the organization, all the departments, all the functions to be integrated for a one holistic purpose of creating customers, link between organization and society, link between organization and internal parties like employees, managers, and the business owners. If you look at all these contents, I can simply categorize into two, the human factors and non-human factors. So we all together make it as a mix and creating certain transaction, but it is beyond buy and selling. This transaction is called to be exchange process, value exchange process. If the time permits, I can say this example. You just imagine a biscuit manufacturing company. What it includes in marketing for that, starting from supplier, supply chain management, starting from your quality assurance activities, packaging, advertising, people training, how your organization treats to the society, your CSR activity. If you look at those things, you can see what I said is in practice. There are factors, human factors, there are non-human factors. Altogether, we do what you call holistic business process to create values to customer, create values to organization, values to society, values to a community at large. So that's how factors are connected to what makes as marketing.
That today we live in a world where people are more inclined to buy for the brand more than the product. How does the brand name support its product? How does it connect to the market and marketing?
Yeah, it's very valuable question, because I would say starting point, you have to have one concern. Branding is not expenditure. It is an investment. Simply, branding is all about what name, right? You create a name starting from your school, my school, our village, our country, our company products. We all have something called a name. So branding, if I explain it, branding is creating a value perception, creating a value trust amongst the people who are engaged with the organization and product brand. That's simply what branding is. It's more than the name. On the other hand, why people go for a brand? Exactly like this. If you develop your product as a brand, it's a long term process. It doesn't happen overnight. So people do have one thing called trust factor. People perceive this brand provides real solution for my problems. So remember, all the products and brands, they have to have something called solving problem quality. So brand always solves the problem. So why companies are expected to be brand developers? Because today customers are very informative. You and me do have information in hand. Your mobile device can connect to all the global information. So you can't simply cheat the customer. Customer is well informative. Customers are well informed. So they do go for brands. Why? Brands do not just offer a functional thing. It does offer functional, emotional, what you call this all social, ethical aspects. So why people go for the brand? They know they will get a value for what they pay. So that value is well trusted, value is well delivered. And importantly, customers refer themselves based on the brands they use. So looking at the brands you and me use, people can judge what type of people we are. So brand is a communicator today for the consumers. So that makes huge set of reasons why people go for brands. In nutshell, companies should focus on not developing a product, developing a brand with its strategic process. It happens for many years, and connect your employees, functions, technology, organizational philanthropy, social connection to your product, and finally you develop well perceived name. That's called branding. And there you are, people will really come after your product because they like your brand.
So, what are the new advancements in the marketing field with the digital world?
Yeah, simply say now, even we have heard about, we have seen about, we say digital marketing now. But per se, and for a time, yeah, it is valid statement. But I would say marketing remains as marketing. No point of talking about digital or non-digital era. Marketing is marketing. But now we are in the era called marketing in digital format. Because of the digital format is available, the only the difference happens was the mode of transaction between organization and stakeholders. So rather, it creates something very unique perception, unique definition called digital marketing. No, you do marketing, but in a digital mode. So because of this digital mode availability, today we do talk about brands and consumers are into engaged marketing. The engagement is very high. And we also talked about something called relationships. Yeah, without relationship, you can't do marketing. But now the digital tools, what you call digital assets of your company, your website, social media presence, all this stuff have created something called engagement with customers. Second point, thanks to digital modes availability, today customers are co-creating your brand. It's a real asset for organization. Those days, we happen to communicate as business people what brand is, what we do. Today, customers do have a voice for our brands, voice for our company, voice for our CSR activities, voice for our quality of servicing and quality of our people. So because of this digital presence availability, customers do engage, customers do purchase, and importantly, customers do co-create our brands within their community. So digital mode has refined the business model of organization. If I use the term called business model, it means how you transfer your value to customer and how you modify your what you call revenue model. And then digital marketing, digital modes have created huge set of platforms for organizations to connect and engage with customers, organization to multiply their business opportunities, business models with different stakeholders. Those tests we had the same, but we were bit of deviated. Now, because of digital modes, we work as integrated manner, backward or forward way. We work as integrated manner, and that has given a new framework, new pace, and new phase for how we do marketing. Future, there's nothing called digital marketing, but marketing in digital mode.
Professor, in this turbulent situation, how does branding Sri Lanka contribute to our economy?
Yeah, it's huge. You and me, we should have talked about this fact at least 20 years before. In fact, I also engaged in national branding and brand Sri Lanka project as expert into that panel even. If you look at country as entity of branding, what we call destination branding. So Sri Lanka specifically, the turbulent situation right now we do face. The rest of the world should believe what Sri Lanka is. So maybe in Sri Lanka we have different sectors, tea example, rubber, coconut, garments, and our IT products, our education as a brand. So we do have individual brand names developed. However, what matters is global. It goes is made in Sri Lanka, what we call country of origin. For Sri Lanka should have that holistic branding strategy, what Sri Lanka is all about. We are not that late and we are not either too proactive for that. And we should have desperately a well-developed strategy to develop good perception about Sri Lanka, not as just a land. Sri Lanka in terms of community, people quality, governance quality, economic quality. And we have very important thing is that our natural advantage, our strategic location, how we communicate rest of the world, why you should do transaction business with our organization. Organization is our country. So these are really matters. That's why we need to have a country branding, umbrella effect. Otherwise, even though our sectors are doing good, it doesn't get the real country of origin advantage unless we develop good perception about what Sri Lanka is. Your question is very important. That's where we, as a nation, we should build what Sri Lanka is. You can see a lot of examples in other countries. Tourism, we have something, and export, we have something else. Apparel, we have something else. Yeah, that's fine. But finally, where it come from? Come from one destination, one entity called Sri Lanka. So we have to first develop as business organization. We refer corporate brand. We need to have a country brand. So it is an asset for us to deal with rest of the world. So they will trust our country, trust our people, trust our enterprises. So that's really important.
Sir, what is your advice for beginners in the marketing field?
I do take your question as beginners in the sense those who want to be a marketing professional. Am I right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Good point. Even University of Kelaniya, we have a department of marketing management. Universities, even professional bodies, also they have different programs. So teaching what marketing is. But exactly what I do say is marketing to do professional and real impactful marketing. First thing, you should be well armed with related knowledge aspect. There are people I have seen, even the same forum where I was, they have talked about to do marketing, they need only experience. Completely wrong. Marketing is the overall function of an organization that creates bottom line impact, net profit creating impact to the organization. Without knowing marketing related technical aspects, how marketing has to work with other organizational functions, how to see the global enterprises, global business environment, you can't do marketing. First thing, be well armed in knowledge. And number two, not like most of the professions, marketing is a very, very dynamic profession. You need to have marketing soft skills. Hard skills is exactly the knowledge what you gather from your textbook, exams, universities, etc. But when you go and perform, you are the real brand ambassador of your organization. Marketing staff is the brand representation of your organization. You need to have that proper set of soft skills: your communication, teamwork, relationship building, objection handling, empathy, professionalism, how to manage cross cultural challenges. It's full set of soft skills part. That's the second part, I would say. Third one, you need to have a real professional attitude. By looking at you guys, and then people will judge what your company is. The way you go and talk, where you go and perform, where you go and have the social relationship with the rest of the society, that really reflects what type of organization culture you have. You need to have a real professional attitude, you as a marketer. Before you brand your product, first you become you as a personal brand, right? You have to be well connected to the rest of the world. It's very enjoyable profession, marketing, and however very responsible profession, because in marketing profession you are being detected. If you do a simple mistake, following you can find how many complaints, how many feedback you have received, even your senior boss has received about you. So it's well exposed career, well enjoyable and good earning career. And really, it's like very fast running dynamic career locally and globally. So I would say for leads, knowledge, skills, and attitude, all these three sets are important if you want to be a real and professional marketer.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. Your presence and wise words help to magnify our cause in the best possible way, making this project a huge success. We look forward to our next interaction soon. Wishing you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you.